I support the minister. I support the Nation of Islam unconditionally. And I've actually been working hard to get the NOI as our security for our wedding on July 11th. Today, we're actually doing our engagement photos and stuff like that today. So I'm going to follow up to see what the situation is with that. But here's one thing I wanted to hit on real quick. This is something I just wanted to discuss, just to make sure that we have that we've noted things. That this is noted for the public record. I saw that Snoop Dogg is appearing on Gayle King's, not Gayle King, Jada Pinkett's show, Red Table Talk, and I support it. I think it's great. I think it's going to be a great episode. I don't really watch all the Red Table Talk conversations, but it looks like a good show. But here's the thing. So I saw where Snoop is going on there, and it's part of what I see as an apology tour. I'm not a real big fan of black men going on apology tours because black men have been preyed upon, black men have been attacked, black men have been assaulted in many, many ways. But yet, for some reason, we always end up apologizing. Now, how the hell is somebody gonna beat your ass and then have you apologizing? That don't even make no damn sense. But that really speaks to the way we seek to dominate the black male. So I think that when what was fascinating is I saw a little clip of the episode. I saw where Jada was telling Snoop that when you called Gayle King that name, he called her a doghead bee. We're not even going to repeat it. Y'all know for many years, for decades, people have enabled Snoop. White people mostly have enabled Snoop to run around calling women all kinds of names. I remember he went to that award show with those women on a leash. It's just a lot of stuff that wasn't cool, but it wasn't coming from our community. It was coming from their community. And it's funny that it was coming from the community that Farrakhan is accused of criticizing the most. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say their name because they probably own YouTube. But the point of the matter is that at the end of the day, it's sort of like everything kind of goes full circle, doesn't it? It's interesting, right? You're fighting back against the Snoop Dogg when Snoop Dogg was the creation of the very same people who created this screwed up environment in the first place. Snoop Dogg was created by those individuals that don't love black people. So here's my point on this. Here's what I want to throw out there real quick, and I want to just make sure we're clear on this very basic issue. Number one, Snoop Dogg has already apologized, right? I don't understand who on his team is having him continue to apologize, because just be keeping it real with you, it makes him look weak. It makes the black man look weak. It deflects from the issue. I don't know what Jada's going to talk to Snoop about on this interview. I'm not judging Jada one way or the other, but one thing I will say is that at the end of the day, she better just make sure she's balanced and fair. I hope and recommend that she's fair with her approach to this whole situation. I would hate for the whole conversation of the Red Table Talk to be all about what Snoop did wrong and have none of the conversations center explicitly and exclusively and deliberately and for quite some time on what Gayle King did wrong. I think that's wrong. That's wrong. You're victim blaming at that point. You're really going after Snoop for his response without even acknowledging what Gayle King did in the first place to deserve that response. And in a way, it's almost like going to school and you spend the whole day punishing the kid who punched back, and you don't even acknowledge the kid who hit him in the first place. That's wrong. That's wrong. And that's racism. That's white supremacy. And one of the things that white supremacy does is white supremacy gets away from right and wrong and what's fair and what's not fair. White supremacy kind of just says, because we said so. Well, why does Snoop have to apologize and Gayle doesn't? Well, because we said so. Well, why are we not talking about what Gayle King did and only talking about what Snoop said? Well, because we said so. Why is everybody acting like this all came out of thin air and that this wasn't provoked by Gayle King's attack on Kobe Bryant, referring to him in a way that just was not accurate, was not true? Well, because we said so. Well, I'm not interested in that. Well, here's what I say. So what I say is that if we can't have a fair conversation, then you're not having a conversation at all. So I don't know what Jada's agenda is. I assume part of her agenda is to get ratings, which is fine. That's totally fine. I assume that, she wants to have a conversation where she's going to challenge Snoop for what he said, which I think is fine. I assume that Snoop is on there because he's apologizing. He's trying to make things right with the people that own part of his brand, meaning Viacom and stuff like that. Again, the same people who created him, the same people who've always owned that whole doggy dog, we don't love them hoes persona. All the people that have owned that persona are the very same ones who are controlling this whole narrative right now. Fine. But if you can't have the whole agenda, then you shouldn't be having a conversation at all. Minister Farrakhan, on Savior's Day, made a very clear point that Gayle King should repent for what she did, what she said. He's much nicer about it than I would be. He's a smarter, more diplomatic man than I am. So I applaud that. I'm not interested in being diplomatic about it because I'm seeing brothers going down after being falsely accused with no evidence on a regular basis. And Gayle King ain't saying nothing about that. Gayle King is contributing to the very same thing that is exterminating black men across this country. So I'm not supporting none of that stuff. So that's what my position is. That's my opinion. And I just want to make that point. I'm doing this live video at 6:45 in the morning or something. But you may be watching it later on. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. Also, I'll be in Oakland this week speaking at a church. You can go to drboyseminars.com if you want to get the information. That's drboyseminars.com. The event is totally free to the public. And you guys are going to love it. I'm going to make sure I change your life. I'll be in Hanover, Maryland soon after. You can go into springintowealth.com. It's a day-long wealth seminar. Now, Hanover, Maryland isn't free. They're charging money for that. That's another organization they invited me in. Springintowealth.com. Also, wesummit-boyce.com. I'll be in San Jose. wesummit-boyce.com. So anyway, all these events are on drboyseminars.com. So feel free to go check that out. Last but not least, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, please go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. So I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe, retweet this. Push it out there. We need to push our narrative out there instead of allowing other people to just push their narrative out there. So if you're watching this, don't just watch it, share it. Make sure people that our voice is heard too, not just the Gayle Kings in the world, because I believe what Gayle King was wrong. And if you believe that what she said was wrong, then you need to say something about that. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Peace.